It's Brandi. So today I am drinking apple cider and I'm eating these really yummy pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. And I'm featuring my cup and my plate with the Pioneer Woman for the ladies if you're wondering about this really cool design. So today is Thursday, October 1st. It is the beginning of October. And as I mentioned, I'm going to do a little bit different with my movie reviews for the month of October. I am going to give a little bit of a trivia if it's about Halloween or a scary movie. Some sort of trivia that I'm going to start off with y'all just to kind of spice things up for you to know with the trivia. So today's trivia, I'm going to talk about how did we get to the celebration of Halloween? What is the traditions of it? Because, you know, I know a little bit about it, but I don't really know too much about it. I had to do some research. So I kind of found out that, you know, most people really don't know too much about why we celebrate Halloween, the traditions of Halloween, and then like the month of October. So I'm going to start that off. I did have to write it down because it is a lot. I was like, whoo, this is the short version as well with it. Okay, so today's trivia is about celebrating Halloween, how did it come about, and whatnot. Okay, the festival dates back actually thousands of years to the festival of Samhain. It's pronounced a couple different ways. It's spelled Samhain. And the Celtics, they were the ones that celebrated this festival. The Celtics were given that name from like ancient writers. They were pretty much people from Europe and like north of the Mediterranean region, and they migrated from like the Portugal to Turkey region back like way like I said, like thousands of years ago. So the Celtics, they celebrated the Samhain, and that was their New Year's festival. This festival actually means summer ending because it was the end of the like close of the harvest season onto the wintertime with their seasons. The Celts believed that the veil between the worlds of the living and the world of the dead were thinned at this time of the year with this festival. And so the dead could actually return and walk about where they had before. And those who died actually in the past year had not moved on with their spirits, could actually at that time like interact with the living people. The people that could interact with the people, again, it was only like the past year that they died. So that is why they celebrated this festival time, was to celebrate the living and the dead and the colliding of the two worlds, to where the two worlds could interact between the living and the dead. Some interesting things that we do now with the traditions actually date it back to their Celtic festival. They set up like their favorite foods with all their foods for the dead and for the spirits. But the people that they actually wronged, like if there was someone that they wronged, they were afraid that during this festival time and them getting like the food and whatnot surrounding that the people that they wronged would show up and then obviously, you know, haunt them and harass them and whatnot. So they actually took the ashes from the bonfire and covered their face to darken their face in order to deceive these spirits of the people that they wronged in the past. This later developed into wearing masks. And then with the masks, you know, if they recognized a loved one that was one of their good spirits, then they would unveil their mask, take their mask off, and talk to the spirits. But if it was bad, evil spirits, that someone that they wronged, they would keep their hiding of their mask so that the spirits would not recognize them and would, you know, not bother them. The candy actually came about in the 1900s when people would give away candy so that people would not prank them during this like holiday season and holiday time of Halloween. Halloween was actually originally called All Hallows Eve, and it was in the 5th century, and then it later became into Halloween with the name Halloween. The dressing up not only took place in the Celts' time. The young Scottish and Irish people were pranking their neighbors and dressing up like in scary, spooky outfits. So that's kind of how we came about like with the candy, giving out candy, and then dressing up was from like the Irish and the Scots that were trying to prank people. We got the idea from them. But again, dressing up and covering themselves, disguising their face with masks went all the way back to the Celtics with their traditions of the living and the dead. So I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, that's how we get Halloween. Most people just think, you know, we just dress up for fun and games. But no, they were trying to hide from evil spirits. That's the reason why they dressed up and tried to mask their face. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down because I'm gonna keep eating it because it's really delicious. So that was a little bit of trivia for Halloween and how Halloween, you know, came about. All right, so today's movie review is a movie and is a 2020 rom-com. It's not a horror movie for today's review. It's a 2020 rom-com. I'm gonna be, you know, with the month of October, be talking about horror movies, but sometimes I'm gonna intermix the movies that are out at the movie theaters that are not horror movies, because not all the movies at the movie theaters are horror movies. So today's movie is called The Broken Hearts Gallery, and it is a 2020 rom-com movie. It actually is produced by Selena Gomez. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Selena Gomez is an actor and singer, and she actually produced this movie and really tried to advertise it because, well, she produced it and wanted to, you know, say her opinion of, you know, being such a good movie. I'll get to that in a minute though with my rating. Okay, family friendly. It is rated PG-13, so definitely a mature audience. It is a rom-com, so it does have romance in it and whatnot. Okay, summary. So it's really interesting with the plot, and the summary is like kind of relatable. So this girl, Lucy, she takes a souvenir from every relationship, but it's like a souvenir, like her whole bedroom has like souvenirs of all the relationships that she's been in. So she takes a souvenir from every relationship, and, you know, she loves art and is passionate about art. So she works at a art gallery in New York City, and then, you know, gets fired from the art gallery position as the assistant, and then starts her own gallery of all the collections of keepsakes of herself that remind her of her past relationships with, so like a souvenir from her past relationships, and makes it into a gallery, and, you know, puts like captions of like, you know, what happened and whatnot with the relationship. Okay, entertainment factor. It is a very cute movie. It is kind of like the typical rom-com movie, but I will say again, the plot was just phenomenal of creativity. You know, I don't know about y'all, but I think all of us ladies have like a boy box of like souvenirs or things that remind us of our past guys. It might not be for like every relationship, but maybe like our first loves or someone like really important in our life. We have like a box or a bin of souvenirs that we keep from our past relationships. So I thought it was really creative that she takes that and has all, you know, people come and make it a gallery of all the stuff that they can, you know, finally be free of and giving it away, and then just, you know, other people reading the stories of the relationships. I thought that was excellent, phenomenal, just really creative in the sense of that, because it's really relatable, and I think in a lot of girls and guys' life. For my rating for the month of October, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of, you know, rating it overall from like a, you know, out of 10, I'm going to rate it based on pumpkins. So the highest that the movie can get is a 5 pumpkins out of 5 pumpkins. That is the highest rated. Obviously, 1 pumpkin is going to be the lowest. And then if they get a half, because, you know, what if a movie's like 2.5, I'm going to give it this little pumpkin, and that's going to be the half. So for the month of October, with the rating according to pumpkin, per pumpkin, for this movie, I don't know if I'm going to put this many pumpkins in my hand. Oh, let's see. I've not tried this. For this movie, hold on, let me do 2 and 2. I'm going to rate it 4 out of 5 pumpkins, okay? So I'm going to rate this movie 4 out of 5 pumpkins. I would love for you to check out the movie and rate it. How many pumpkins should this movie get? Should it get 1? Should it get 2, 3, 4, like I said? Or should it get, 5 pumpkins? I think it should get 4 pumpkins. So, I would love for you to also comment below with any reactions, comments toward this movie. If you disagree on how many pumpkins it gets, comment that below. I would also love for you to subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to get my content for this October. I love horror movies. Horror movies are like one of my favorite genres, so I'm really, really excited to watch and review all the horror movies. So excited. All right, y'all. Until then, I will see y'all on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh my gosh, you really need to either buy or make these pumpkin chocolate chip cookies because they are so delicious. And the apple cider, so good with it. All right, y'all. Until next time, keep watching those movies. Enjoy those fall festivals. Keep eating that food. See ya, guys. Bye-bye.